Okay guys, today I told you I was going to make some soap. First thing, if you're here to see how to make fancy soap with all the pretty colors and scents and blah blah blah, this is not for you. I make basic soap. I've already started because I was trying to upload a video and it didn't work, so I thought I'd record what I've done so I could get going. You're going to need a scale that weighs ounces or grams, whatever you work with. And now, I don't know, this was kind of a long story, but you don't need to order this special lye. It's just lye you can buy in a hardware store under drain cleaner. Just make sure it says pure 100% lye. And then, so I've weighed out 7 ounces of lye and 20 ounces of water. They're ready to go. I'm going to do that outside. I'll show you outside. But the supplies that you need are, soap is lye and fat. That's all it is. The supplies you're going to need are, of course, the scale. These were kind of like 50 cents a piece, the only reason I bought them. But these are silicone molds. I typically make them in just whatever container I have, my soap. Something to stir with in a container. This is my immersion blender. And today I'm using some old olive oil. It's not gone rancid, it smells fine, but it was from 2015. I don't know, I kind of went crazy and stocked up on some things before we retired because I knew I'd need that for soap. And then this is my home rendered tallow. I'll show you more about it when I get ready, but we're going outside right now and do the live. Guys, I'm outside. I do this outside mostly because of the fumes. They can be a little overpowering. And dadgummit, I forgot to put my gloves on. So typically you're going to want to wear gloves and safety goggles. Always, always, always add the lye to the water. And it's important that you measure it out. And then you're going to stir it. Ooh, and I can definitely smell the fumes. Now you want to use a heat-resistant container because this gets very, very hot. Almost up near boiling. It's over 200 degrees. And you need to let this cool down. So that's why I've gone ahead and got this mixed up. So I'll be back when we get ready to start working with the fat. I wanted to show you my, this is my tallow, my home rendered tallow. And I really just wanted to use as much of this as I could because I'm ready for it to be gone. It's a couple years, probably not that old, maybe about a year old. And this is what, I know it looks like a bar of soap, but that's what tallow looks like. And it's very hard. And this is crumpled up because when I originally made it, I poured it in a jar. Can't remember if I did a video on how I render lard and tallow, but I plan on rendering out some lard, so I'll do one for you then. And I've got to look, I think there's 28 ounces of tallow in there. I'm going to melt it down to liquid, and then I'll be adding 24 ounces of the olive oil. And the reason I didn't use all tallow, I wasn't sure how hard the soap would be. I'll show you a project I did a couple weeks. I was looking up different things I could do with my tallow. And one of the things that I found was body balm, a cream. And no, you don't walk around smelling like roast beef. I'm sure most of you don't store your lotions and creams in a jar. Anyway, all it is tallow and olive oil, and you just whip it up, and it makes, actually it's pretty good. Looks really good. You want to take a big old bite. Looked like buttercream frosting. Anyway, I'm going to keep on going. Okay guys, in my bowl I have 50 ounces of the fats, olive oil and tallow. And I just checked the temperature of the lye water, and it's 129. However, since I had to melt the tallow, this is pretty warm itself. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and show you what's next. Okay, I'm pouring the lye water into the melted fats. You want to be careful so you don't splash. I don't know if you noticed, I forgot to mention there's a jug of vinegar here. If you spill the lye or the lye water, use vinegar. Okay. You need to get using the immersion blender, but I'll show you. That's what it looks like right now. So the next thing I'm going to do is get my immersion blender, and I'm not going to make you suffer, but you stir a little bit with the immersion blender and then you pulse until it reaches what they call trace. And I'll be back. Okay guys, I've been standing here for about 10 minutes stirring and running my emulsion blender, and we're almost to trace. You'll see it's when it leaves a trail, and it's thick. I've heard them say thick as pudding. I've heard many different things said. Oh, I'm going to get my molds ready and show you how I put it in there. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to give it a try. And here, all you do is pour it into the molds. And I told you that my soaps are very plain. I don't do the colors, I don't do the fancy oils, I don't do that. Okay, these are gonna have to be entered with, or filled with a ladle. This is after I poured it into the molds. That's the one you saw me pour it into, and I decided I didn't want to do all those little bars. So I just found an old Tupperware storage container, lined it with, of course I can't remember what it is, and I use it all the time, but that white baking paper. Then I cover it. You want to keep it warm so it cools down. I cover it with a couple pieces of cardboard. I'll wrap it in that blanket and I'll let it set for 24 hours, and we'll be back tomorrow and see how it turned out.